Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Today is Tuesday, August the 4th, 2020. So let's get started. First up, Ozzy reports that anti-racist protests are rocking South Africa's elite schools. In recent years, there's been major protests demanding the decolonization of education, which sent tremors throughout South Africa's colleges and universities. But this current wave of protests are starting with younger people. They're starting with the younger people, just like as you're seeing in the United States. And this time in South Africa, it was sparked by the global Black Lives Matter moment. And these are high school students that are saying enough. They're calling for an end to systemic racism. That's what's happening. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Brenda. While the schools involved are only a small portion of the education system, anti-racist advocates hope they'll set the tone for change across the country. So that's what's happening in South Africa in the elite school system. So you're not just seeing that in the United States, you're beginning to see it take place everywhere. And you all know that I'm a believer, and I have to say this today. And I keep hearing there's a shift that's taken place. There is a shifting that has taken place. We have to stay the course. We have to stay the course. We have to register to vote. Y'all know I give my arguments as to why we need to vote. And, I always like to put something soft in here as well. When I was going through the news, just researching things for today's broadcast, for today's segment, CBS News reports that Champagne is losing its fizz, and that was their tagline. And they said for months during the lockdown, with everything shutting down with weddings and dining out and parties and international travel, that the champagne industry has taken a dive. You're right, Brenda, a child shall lead them when we're talking about the South Africa protests. The headquarters of Global Industries, I want to read this. They've lost an estimated $1.7 billion in sales for this year. That's the champagne industry, y'all. And they're saying that it's hammering an unmatched and living memory that's worse than the Great Depression. So that's just from champagne. They said producers expect about 100 million bottles to be unsold and stuck in their cellar by the end of the year. That's champagne. Y'all, there's a shift. There's a true shift that's happening. Y'all, did y'all know that, remember the hacks that took place on Twitter? Did y'all know that was a Florida teenager, age 17? He's been hacking systems since he was 14. But they did finally get him. I'm glad you're here, Melanie. They did finally catch him. His name is Graham Ivan Clark. He was the mastermind behind last month's hack. He tricked his way into Twitter's system, which is a really pretty intense system as I was reading about this, and took over accounts of the 44th president of the United States, which we know is Barack Hussein Obama, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, to Kanye West, Bill Gates, Uber, and others. This 17-year-old, they arrested 3 people, but he is considered the mastermind. He has been hacking into systems since the age of 14. So there's that. Y'all, you would think I would no longer be shocked by numbers or things that's happening, but I still surprise myself. I still end up shocked. Do y'all know the occupant of the Oval and his administration wants to gut unemployment benefits by $400 a week? They only want to give $200. Again, that's they call it the HEALS Act. That's the GOP's plan. The Democratic plan, as I shared with you last week, is called the HEROES Act, and they want to give $600 a week. But they cannot get to a deal, and the benefits have already been expired. But get this, y'all. Not only, remember I told y'all, was it last week or a week before, they want to put in the package, this is the administration, want to put in the package $1.75 billion for an FBI headquarters building, which is really just down the block from his hotel. But now the argument yesterday is that they've asked for $377 million to renovate the West Wing. Okay, we have over 30 million people without jobs. They've started getting evicted on yesterday. They don't have any food. I gave you the census information on yesterday. What's up, Latrice? I gave you that information on yesterday that people, even on the week of July the 21st, did not have any food. They called that food insecure. They're food insecure. They don't have enough meal. They don't have any food. They don't have health insurance. They're getting evicted. But on yesterday, the argument is not only do we want $1.75 billion for an FBI headquarters in this deal, like no deal if we don't get this. I want y'all to understand that. Not only do we want $1.75 billion for FBI headquarters that we don't really need, we now want $377 million to renovate the West Wing. Why? Hopefully you out of there and you won't even get the benefit of seeing it in the first place. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So on top of American lives who are hungry, who are being evicted, and again, y'all know I land on one topic each day, giving my argument as to why we vote. Not only that, people are being evicted. They don't have health care. They don't have food. They don't have the essentials to live in the free world. But you want 1.75 billion, that's with a B, for building, and you want 377 million for the West Wing. That's what you want. Now, I started being nosy. I wanted to dig. I wanted to find out more. And I don't care about anybody's salary. I don't care about anybody's salary. People are worthy of their hire and what it is that they do. The question is, are they doing the job that they have been hired to do? These senators who are playing around and they won't go have a deal, they won't come to a understanding of a deal. The unemployment benefits have expired. They expired over the weekend and they've gone home. They've gone home. Senators, their yearly salary is $174,000. And you can Google it, it's out there, $174,000. That's base, plus their health care, their health insurance, and all of that. So they're okay, but the question is, are they doing their job? Are they doing their job? Are they voting? Are they passing bills? Are they taking care of their constituents? These are the things that we need to look at. Yesterday, I shared with you that there are 35, I'll give you that exact number of how many seats are open. There are, give me a second, 35. Yep, 35 seats that are open in the Senate that are on the ballots for November the 3rd. That's how many seats are vacant. We need to start doing our research right now to make sure when we go in, when we complete our absentee ballot, our mail-in ballot, go to the polls, however we are voting, that we understand the people who we are voting for, know their record. Y'all, that's what's important. It's not just about voting. It's about doing our homework when we go to vote. That's what's important. From Politico, the occupant of the Oval pledges a lawsuit to block, talking about mail-in voting, to block automatic access to mail-in voting in Nevada. On Monday night, the Nevada Council mayor passed a bill that everyone will have automatic access to mail-in ballot and mail-in voting. But the occupant of the Oval now says he's going to have a lawsuit to block automatic access to mail-in voting in Nevada. Who does that? And why is that important to block having automatic access to mail-in ballots in Nevada? Every registered voter, this is a part of their bill, every registered voter will receive a mail-in ballot. They can mail it in or they can take it with them to the polling places, but everybody will receive it. All right, y'all, there's some primaries today. Arizona is no in-person voting, but you complete your absentee ballots and they're all due into the office by 7 p.m. So Arizona, You have your ballots. There's no in-person voting, but you take your ballots. They have to be turned in by 7 p.m. today. Kansas City, your polls open at 7 a.m. They close at 7 p.m. Michigan, your polls open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And all three of those races, these are primary, all three of those races are important. So Arizona, no in-person voting, but you complete your absentee ballots. They're due in by 7 p.m. Kansas City polls opens at 7. They close at 7 p.m. And the Michigan polls open at 7. They close at 8 p.m. Please go vote if you have not already done so. Are you registered? Come on, y'all. Vote.gov. Yep, you may get sick of me saying it, but I'm going to keep on saying it. Vote.gov. Vote.org. iwillvote.com. rockthevote.org. You can even go to readypublication.com and click on the Ready to Vote campaign icon. So vote.gov, vote.org, iwillvote.com, and rockthevote.org. And not so fast. Now we got this vaccine that's popping up, that's coming out, that they're cutting corners. They're calling this Operation Warp Speed. They want this vaccine out before November. Who does that? Who's going to risk the lives of people to get a vaccine out? Every scientist, even physicians, renowned physicians who are coming out saying that's impossible. It takes up to a year minimum and all the testing that has to go in. The other country that's trying to hurry the vaccine, you guessed it, it's Russia. So are they in cahoots or what? I don't know, but be careful just saying that you want to be a guinea pig or a test subject to get this vaccine until they work out all the kinks. Come on, y'all. When I get a new iPhone, you know, most times I wait. Why? Because there's still bugs in the new iPhone. Even when you get an update, there's a bug in the update until you can go on. So come on, we're talking about our health here. We're talking about a vaccine here. Use wisdom when you're doing that. So talking about the coronavirus and the vaccine, we have numbers. You know, I get mine from the World Health Organization. There are 4,862,174 cases. There are 158,929 deaths. There are 2,446,798 that have recovered. So let's celebrate the recovery of those who have been healed from the coronavirus. For the win. Today is August the 4th, 2020. For the win. I give the win to my mother. She turns 85 years old today. This is her day of birth. So happy birthday to my mother for the win. Many of you know she was sick earlier this year. She is fine. She was doing great. So I celebrate her. She gets the win for today. So happy birthday, Mom. Inspirational message. We have to praise our way through. The scripture, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. So y'all, we have to just praise our way through. I know it looks like it's dark times out there. I know it looks like we're being bamboozled half the time. I know that we are ready to throw in the towel. I know that we are suffering. I know that we are exhausted. I know that sometimes we get beat up, but we have to, even in those darkest hours, bless the Lord at all times. For his praise shall continually be in our mouth. Listen, that's all I have for you today. Let me know how you are thinking about this morning news. We're so excited. And let me give a correction. Last week I said the podcast is starting in August. It's not starting in August. It's starting in September. I hope you will join me on that. That will happen every Wednesday. A podcast starting in September. But let me know what you think about the news. If you like it, hit the like button. If you want somebody to benefit from it, share it with them. Tell the world about it. My argument is to give you reasons why we vote. And don't think it's going to end after we vote. Nope, we're going to talk about how we're going to hold our elected officials accountable. We're going to keep this going. Look, if you have a product that you want me to announce on News in Motion, let me know. Reach out to me. We'll talk about how that looks and how we can do that. And I'm doing research all the time, and I'm really horrible with doing this, but I was told the other day I have to do this. I had a meeting last Thursday with my counterpart who's helping me pull some things together. We're also building a Facebook page. We've been working on that for the past month and a half. But she says, Gail, you need to start asking. This is what you're doing. You're digging. You're researching. If you ever want to sow a seed, you can do that. My Cash App is The $ M as in Mary, I, M as in Mary, today. I'm having the hardest time giving this to y'all, but I told her I would get it done today. I was supposed to do it yesterday. Or if you want to send into PayPal, just whatever, let me know if you want to help see this news continue. My goal is to give you facts, to give you quick news, to give you, of course, my sidebar commentary, and then to encourage you to vote and give you information that you may not find anywhere else. All right, y'all, you have a great day. Until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley. Thank you for joining News in Motion. I'm out.